If you are new to Teslas or EVs, I'll explain why the Model Y might be a good car for you. I rented a Model Y for 24 hours. This car that I'm in right now is not the Model Y, this is my Chevy Bolt. My short time in the Model Y was enough for me to get a good feel for the car. I really loved my experience in the Model 3, and the Model Y is pretty much the same car except a little bit bigger. So this video is going to be a summary about my experience with the Model Y and an overview of Teslas and EVs in general. So with all electric vehicles, you get these 5 great benefits. You get a quiet ride, fast acceleration. If you own your own home or can install a charger where you live, you get the convenience of charging overnight. You don't have regular maintenance like oil changes. And regenerative braking, also called regen. And all that really is whenever your car is slowing down, you are also getting back energy into the battery. So Teslas have some unique characteristics that other EVs don't. What I think sets Tesla apart from other auto manufacturers is their software. It's the easiest and least frustrating software that I've ever used in a car, and it's also upgradable. If you've used an iPad, it's basically like an iPad that controls your car. And if you feel like having only a touchscreen would be distracting to you, there are voice commands for a lot of the basic things that you need to do, like the air conditioning and the radio. So Tesla gets regular over-the-air software updates. And updates are important because you get bug fixes for the car, and you can also get feature updates and or brand new features. So if Tesla wants to upload a new video game, they can do that in the car. If they want to enhance the performance and or the battery life, they can do that. And it all can happen in your own home. You don't have to take it to a dealer to get the software updated. I have a whole video on autopilot that you can watch. I'll put a link in the description and or a box somewhere up here. But as a summary, if you don't know what autopilot is, it's basically a very advanced cruise control. So when you set autopilot, it will maintain the distance between the car in front of you. It'll brake and accelerate on its own, and it will keep you centered in the lane. There's another more advanced package called full self-driving, which we won't get into today, but I will let you know that the name is a little deceiving. Right now, full self-driving does not fully drive itself, so just be prepared for that. Again, just go ahead, you can watch my video on autopilot, or there's about 18 billion other videos on YouTube explaining autopilot. Teslas in general are very safe cars. The Model 3 was an IIHS 2021 top pick. It looks like the Model Y hasn't been tested yet by this safety organization, but since the Model 3 and Model Y are so similar, I'm guessing that the Y will also get a superior safety rating. So superchargers are basically just really fast chargers. It's a lot faster than when you plug into your home. Now, other cars have something kind of like that. We call it DC fast charging, but it's not quite the same. My Bolt's top charging speed is 4 times slower than Tesla's top charging speed. So Tesla's supercharging locations have a lot more chargers than most DC fast chargers. Superchargers are really easy to use. All you do is plug it in, wait for the car to charge, and unplug it. It's that simple. Teslas have built-in security called Sentry Mode. You can set the car to record all the time, so while you're driving, it's always recording with all the cameras in case you get into an accident. And you can set it to activate when someone gets too close to your car. Another great thing about Tesla is ordering your car is really easy. I have personally not ordered a Tesla, unfortunately, but I have had friends that have purchased Teslas. I recently had a friend who bought a Model Y, and she did it while her husband was driving somewhere. So they were just in the car. She's like, I just ordered a Model Y. It's that easy, so that's pretty cool. The Model Y that I had was the long-range version, and the owner said that she was able to get 312 miles from a full charge. So there are a few things that set the Model Y apart from its sibling, the Model 3. So the Model Y has a hatchback, which I really like. I haul instruments quite often, so it makes it a lot easier to put things in the back. It opens nice and tall, so I'm not in any danger of hitting my head. I have a lot of clearance under my head for my height, and it has a nice button that automatically closes the hatch. I was able to fit my 5-piece drum set in the car no problem. There was so much space left over. I'm pretty sure I could fit an entire band's worth of equipment in the back of a Model Y with the seats down. The seats fold down in a cool way. They do the regular 60-40 split. but you can also just fold down the center seat, which is good for hauling skinny things like maybe lumber or a surfboard. I'm 5'10" and I could lay down in the back pretty much no problem. My feet hung out a little bit, but if I just kind of scrunched up a little or maybe even went diagonal, I could comfortably camp in the car if I wanted to. The Model Y has the option to get 7 seats. The car comes with 5 seats. If you want the additional 2 seats, it costs more money. And it seems like those seats are really meant for children or smaller people. It doesn't look like it's the most comfortable thing, but if you have a bigger family and you need to have everyone go somewhere at the same time, it might be a good option for you. The Model Y has 6.6 inches of ground clearance, so you're probably not going to be going off-roading in this car. I think you can probably comfortably do dirt roads at a reasonable pace if you wanted to. Another crossover like the Subaru Crosstrek, that car has 8.7 inches of ground clearance, so I think it's much more capable of doing more rugged terrain. To compare the Model Y to the Model 3, the 3 has 5.5 inches of ground clearance, so the Y doesn't really have all that much more compared to the 3. No company does everything perfect, and here are a few things that Tesla can improve on. It seems like Tesla's delivery process could use some improving. My friend who recently took delivery of her Model Y had a lot of frustrating problems with that process. And because there's a lot to talk about on that topic, I'm planning on making a separate video just on the delivery process of Tesla's vehicles. So make sure you subscribe so you can see interviews with some of my friends who own Teslas and hear about how the delivery process was for them. People who are really into cars bash Tesla for the panel gaps. I personally don't care about panel gaps. The Model Y that I rented did have panel gap issues, but they weren't all that bad. It's something where if you're looking at the detail of the car, it might get annoying to you, but if you're an everyday person and you look at the car, you're not gonna notice. What the panel gaps show is kind of a bigger problem to attention to detail. In my opinion, if you're spending $50,000 on a car, you want it to be as perfect as possible, and having your doors a little bit misaligned is not great. Some specific things with the car that I rented, the wheel covers were really creaky at low speeds. It's just, what is that? I don't know, it could have just been my specific Model Y that I rented. I'm not sure if all Ys do this. It's just something that I experienced and it was kind of weird. The turning radius in the Y is pretty bad. That could definitely use some improving. So would I personally get a Model Y? I would not. And it's only because of the size. It's too big for my daily needs. If someone was just like, here, choose a Tesla, I would probably get the Model 3. In my experience, the Y was a great car. And if you need that much space, it could be a great car for you. So I would recommend the Model Y if you are looking for an electric crossover that has a lot of room in it, that is really safe, and has the newest tech. And of course, if it meets your budget. The Model Y currently starts around $53,000, but check the Tesla website because their prices fluctuate all the time. So this has been a quick overview of the Model Y, Teslas, and EVs in general. If you have questions, please let me know. Could be about EVs or my experience with the Model Y. I'd love to help you out. And if you know anyone that is thinking about getting a Model Y, go ahead and send them this video. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.